NXT just went off the air. It is I, Bad Guy Jack, aka the Grand Poobah, and I'm back with my original co-host, the Captain Shaykespeare. We're gonna talk NXT. We're gonna review some matches, and we're gonna talk some wrestling. We're gonna have a good time. So we're gonna speak to you guys on the other side after these intros or intro. My bad. That's all right. The intro is so amazing. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Unpopular View, the NXT edition. I am the Bad Guy Jack, a.k.a. the Great Grand Poobah, and I'm with my co-host, Captain Shaykespeare. Captain, why don't you tell the lovely folks at home, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am great. So, funny story. As you can tell, I got my hair done, right? And as my mother was braiding my hair, she said, "Hey, I see a piece of gray." And I said, "Ha!" And I said, "Hey, how did you deal when you first saw your piece of gray hair?" And it took me 2 hours to get up off the floor. Wow, it took me a while. So, making jokes about gray hair with your mother is never a good thing. But, before we start, we thought it was the best to open this way. As you all guys, everyone knows that Jay Briscoe, he passed away a few hours ago. Not a lot of details is known about his passing, but we wanted to send our condolences to him, his family, and friends, and anyone who got a chance to know him. I just want to take the time out to just to lighten up a little bit of the mood, because I didn't watch a whole lot of Briscoe matches. I've seen a few. They were just out here last month. For HOG, they had this tag match with the main event, and it was a really, really good match. It was a really good match, but there was a two out of three falls match, and the first fall they let the team get the win. The second one was this all out, what was it, like a hardcore match? It was like a anything goes match, and me and Cap were there, and Briscoe matches can be very, very wild. So they started fighting in the crowd. And my book bag was involved, and it was a part of the match. I was even kind of worried that my book bag got stepped on, but we wanted to send our condolences. And 38. I mean, when I heard and when you passed me the news, it shook me. I'll be 35 this year, and you hear someone 38 that's so young. So we're gonna try to still have a fun show, but we just wanted to open it up with just saying our condolences. And if you guys have any kind of memory or favorite match of his, because I know he not only just did tag team stuff, he had a singles run, and he was the ROH champion for a period. So if you guys have any memories and stuff, please put it down. I see Jeffrey just said he watched Impact for the first time, but he was also in Impact. You see the wrestling world pouring out. So just, any thoughts and anything, put in the chat. We'll put it up. But we're going to talk some NXT. And let's talk about the opening match. We had Axiom and Apollo Crews going against Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. Carmelo Hayes, you always point out how he just opens up the show. He's going to always be the opener. And I thought this match was good. I thought it was a good opener. You have like 4 great ingredients in this match. I did not put down moves that was happening. There was a lot of people moving fast. We all know how great Carmelo is. Apollo Crews is fantastic. I do want to point out later in the night, he makes a funny. He makes a funny. I think I'm already revealing that Apollo Crews and Axiom win, but he makes a funny when he talks later in the show. I just wanted to jump right into it because it was a segment when he tells Carmelo, "Hey, do you know any good barbers around here?" And it's funny because, he's bald. Bald people don't ask for that.
Your dislike towards bald people is so wrong.
No, well, can I real quick? No, so I have a barber, but he comes to my house. Shout out to my barber; he's the greatest. But when I would go to the barber shop, right, I always thought it was annoying when I saw someone bald in front of me, and they would get take care of this. Take care of what? What are we taking care of? But Axiom and Apollo Crews, they get the win. I didn't like Carmelo getting pinned, but I feel like Carmelo has been so protected that what beard? His beard is not. I like what do we why do we what is this nonsense? Jeffrey. Jeffrey is bringing the nonsense. I see Baltimania. We're going to get into the chats, but I was a little bothered at first when Carmelo got pinned, but then I sat here and said, well, Melo has been protected so much. Melo is next in line to go for the NXT championship. It was just to make that, what do you call it? Even booking. Sorry about my terminology here. It seems off, but, Melo wins. Paulo wins.
Guys, am I frozen or is it him? Like, I never know. Is it me? Am I the drama, or is it him? I feel like it's him. I strongly feel like he's the drama.
Sorry, my internet was so bad. That's why I was so worried. I was going to text you like, "Oh, go give me a few minutes." But carry on, take the floor.
No, I just watching the match, I noticed that Trick is still getting so much better. I like that they kind of started off with him and Axiom, seeing as they were the ones that kind of had the beef. I feel like they kind of really started this whole thing. It was more between Trick and Axiom, and then Apollo was like, "Well, I'm gonna get involved because rude."
He is rude.
He's not rude, okay?
Wait, I agree with you. And then now
actions were rude towards Axiom. That was what was rude. Axiom, he did this like move where he like jumped off the rope. Like it looked like it was gonna be. I don't even know what it was gonna be, but it was beautiful. And he knocked down Carmelo and Trick, and I just thought that was so cool. I just want to talk about that. But yes, I agree. Like sometimes Carmelo can't win every match. Like,
right.
Yes, we want that. But should it happen? No.
I wouldn't even necessarily say I want him to win every match. I guess because I know he's getting ready to go for that NXT championship. You almost feel like he shouldn't lose.
Yeah.
But once again, he's so protected. Him losing, it's like he periodically lose. So it's fine. It's fine. He's gonna get his win back. He's still gonna look strong when he go against when he goes against Bron Breaker. So, I mean, I thought it was a good opener. I'm sorry I missed a lot of that. The internet was bad. I don't know the internet. I see you, War Man. I see you guys in the chat. I see you guys. Matter of fact, why don't we get into the chat a little bit? Let's see what's going on in the chat. We got George. He says, "What up? What's up, everybody?" George, I actually gave you a compliment earlier.
Hi, George.
That you're always like the first person in the chat. So, he says NXT was solid tonight. The first match between Apollo Crews. Now, this is where he starts to take our job because we took a little too long.
He's right, though.
But the Axiom trick was pretty good. It was a great opener. We got RIP Jay Briscoe. RIP Jay Briscoe. We got emojis. I'm sorry, I just don't know all the emojis here. We got this guy, AR Crazy. Let's talk about the real traction here. And no, we're not talking about trash. Wow. Someone's not a fan of Tiffany Stratton. What up, y'all?
Hi, Jeffrey.
What's going on, Jeff?
Hello, Stream Elements. Okay.
Yeah. What's going on, Elements? Captain Shaykespeare is back. I miss you. God.
I miss you.
Take it easy, George. We got RIP Jay Briscoe. We got think we should start the show. A moment of silence for Jay Briscoe. We got Jay Briscoe.
Yeah.
We got some fans there. Why I ain't hear about that? Because you're not on the internet. Man, that was plain and simple. I guess it's the best way I could go. Man, that was tough. I can't believe you passed. I really can't either. It was something when Cap passed me the news because I didn't know nothing about it either, and I was just like, we just saw him last month. I watched him on Impact for the first time.
Same.
I'm sorry, Queen Soy is back. I missed you last week. He said he's sorry. We got his brother's birthday. Wow.
That's
Yeah. I'm 40 and still shocked that he's passed. Yeah, when you hear like just young.
Yeah.
Warman's welcome back, Shay. See, the Jackpack community, we're very welcoming. See, even though we're on opposite sides, you see that? Not that the Sawyer squad is like that. If I took a week
you guys
off,
are literally stealing our lines.
I'm not.
I say that all the time.
I'm sorry. I just can't hear you from all the way down there, woman. So only favorite memory of Briscoe I had is when they had the six-man tag champ with my cousin Bully. I remember that actually. That they had the. I remember that briefly. I mean, not briefly. I'm sorry. I remember that vaguely. Gauntlet talk of the new year. We got Baldemania. He met this beard. We're trying to get to some of these chats, and then we're gonna get to the next day. Maybe Apollo wanted to trim his beard. His beard is weird. It is weird. It is weird. It's not like mine's. It's not. I'm sorry. I judge people by their beards, and yeah, I'm a beard judger. So if you don't have a beard, I easily laugh at you. Let's talk about the next segment.
Hi, Charmaine. How are you? How was your daughter's birthday?
Charmaine is the worst. But hi, Charmaine. Charmaine, no, she is. She used my face for clout. She doesn't tag me in pictures. I'm on to you, one Maria, or is it Marie?
All right. So
what's the next segment?
Go ahead. Stacks now.
No.
Yes, we have Stacks.
No, it's the Toxic Attraction.
They just walking down the hall?
No, they had this whole thing where they was talking to set up for the tag match. But you know what?
No, you have Stacks, then it was Tiffany, and then it's Toxic. I have notes. Look at this. Does it look like reasonably good notes? I feel like they're good notes.
You've already embarrassed me. Take the floor.
Stacks and Tony. They're at the bridge, the fateful bridge that Dimes. Wasn't that where we last saw Dimes at that bridge?
See, I'm glad you said that because I don't even remember what his name was. I knew he was some kind of corn. But you know, I do. But no, take the floor and then I'll finish my thought. Go ahead.
Corn.
You know I pronounce words bad.
So anyway, Stacks is promoted from a soldier to an underboss. I have no idea what that means or if it's important, but I mean, a promotion always is good, right? So that's good for Stacks. I think Stacks has really been proving himself, taking hits for Tony. That match he had with Shinsuke, like he's been proving himself. So I think this is great, and I think this is going to really lead to like a real turning point for Stacks, which I'm excited to see. How do you feel?
I feel thirsty. I'm gonna just drink some more water. So this is what I'm gonna say. When they went to the bridge, right? And I kind of and it's funny how they went back, and I like the continuity where
Wednesdays.
Yes. Let me get there. Let me get there. Because I immediately thought that before you sent me that meme because that thing was hilarious. But that bridge, which I call All Elite Bridge, right? So I was sitting there saying, "Oh man." So there's three ways you could go to AEW, right? You could do the thing where you let your contract expire and you go to AEW. Or you could go on a bridge with Tony D and he just throws you off. Or if you all remember, once upon a time, Randy Orton was literally just kicking you there. So there's three ways that you could go there. And a lot of people were concerned that he was going to be thrown into the All Elite water, but that didn't happen. He got All Elite promoted.
Himanshu, I can't with you, Himanshu. I'm not.
What do you say? Let's see that man.
No, I'm not even. Let's move on. We have Tiffany.
Oh
Tiffany has an interview with Mackenzie Mitchell. And she's unhappy. Mackenzie, now, girl, why you had to bring it up? You could have not had played the clip. You could have let it just y'all talk about, oh, how's your return? See, Mackenzie, you be starting sometimes. I have to say, you definitely started this time.
No. You can't do that. You can't do that. I was bashing Mackenzie.
I'm not bashing her.
No. Now you're trying to praise her. And I mean, not praise her. Now you're trying to jump on the side of like, oh, she was wrong. No, you know what I call that? Dijak is still in my gimmick, but I call that justice. So good for her. Take the floor.
Whatever. Anyways, Tiffany is unhappy because Indy Hartwell, who is, she's kind of like the locker room head of the women. Like, she has been there a real long time and she has a lot of experience and the girls look up to her. This has been proven.
Well, I thought it's because she's so tall.
Anyways, so Indy took it upon herself to be like, girl, this ain't your locker room. You want to call us pigs? You get out. And you know what? I have to respect it. But at the same time, I'm like, don't do my girl Tiffany like that. I love her. which I mean, we'll see where this goes. Honestly, how do you feel about these two?
Wow, she's asking a heavy hitting question. All right, Barbara Walters. I thought that this was good. I mean, it was good. It gave Tiffany some teeth. Can I finish my sentence? What's so funny? Rude. Hashtag rude. See, I actually missed you last week. I had to deal with the executive assault. I'm still pissed off that you left me into the dirt with one cheating executive or whatever his name is. Fuck. But anyway, yeah, this segment was cool. It was all right. It sets up for this match for next week, and it's cool. See, this is Big Joey Cool. That's the Diesel to my my Bret Hart.
That's so cute. Aww. But yes,
Yeah.
we love Crazy Joe. Toxic Attraction now has a segment. The segment that BadGuy was just fighting tooth and nail to get to. Maybe
You're absolutely right, because there's someone's tooth on my table. I don't know whose tooth that is. I don't know about, and this nail. This nail. I don't know where this nail came from. I blame you, but carry on.
So Toxic Attraction comes out. They're looking fire, I have to say. I mean, they look fire every week, but I have to say it.
Is that why someone's smoke detective went off?
So they wanted to make sure to let us know that they are not breaking up. There is no dissension going on between this group. They're happy that everyone's upset that they were able to find a way for them both. Oh my God. They are upset that they found a way for both of them to get a title shot, which I thought was genius and amazing. And even though they didn't plan it, it's still awesome. Then we have Lyra. Valkyria comes out.
Yes.
And I am obsessed. If anyone has ever watched the originals, she sounds just like the Hollow.
Oh, that's the name of the show. Okay.
Amazing.
Because you put a tweet, but I didn't know that was the show.
Yes.
The originals. Okay. All right.
She sounds like that, but it's a good thing. She basically tells these girls that they're not championship material, and it's ridiculous that they're taking up a spot that should have been hers if Cora Jade had not gotten in her business. Do you agree with that? What Lyra is saying?
What, that they're not championship material?
Yeah.
How do I say this? Yes, I do. I agree. Oh, that's it. That's my statement.
Oh, okay. Okay. I disagree. So
Wow.
she ends up getting attacked, obviously, because Toxic does not take trash talk. But Roxanne Perez comes out, the champ. The girl that everyone is after right now because she has the highest prize. So that kind of materializes into them having a tag match for later on in the main event.
You knew that was coming.
Yeah, you can just tell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But does it? I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you. I apologize. And you're doing a fantastic job leading. Great job. Hashtag damn, she's great.
Speak your mind.
I am doing that. Don't you yell at me. I live in the, I can't be yelling. There's people up in front. You're pissing me off. But my point, what I was trying to get at, doesn't it bother everybody that we don't have Teddy Long out here just to point out we're going to have a tag team match player? I'm just saying it kind of upsets me. But carry on. You're doing a great job. What's the next thing we got, Captain?
Goodness sakes. All right. Now we have a Diamond Mine segment. Ivy Nile basically says, you're stinking up the place. You guys are annoying me to death, and I need you to figure it out and become winners again. That's essentially what she said. I'm good at reading between the lines. What do you feel about this segment?
Oh, no. My stomach started growling. That was it. You got the Creed brothers, the training. They're doing Creed brothers stuff. And I mean, I'm going to fight Jinder Mahal. I've never seen anyone so obsessed with Jinder Mahal. Like I said, look at these guys. It's just, come on. I mean, it's cool because it just seemed like they're going to go back to the basics and they're going to get on their winning way. So it's cool. I didn't think much of it, but it's cool.
Hopefully they take some of that advice because I'm tired of we're fighting for honor.
Yeah, what the hell did that come from?
Bro.
Yeah, where the hell did that start coming from? And I think that's when I started really not liking Julius because he became too Captain America for me.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, when he started this whole okay, so they had that feud with what was that villain's name? The one who turned on them. I'm sorry, I forget his name now. Damien Kemp. I think it's
Yeah, Damon
Damien Kemp, right?
Damon.
Yeah,
You always
yeah,
like to add
Damien.
the E on.
It's the strongest E. And and like I got that because it was like, okay, I'm defending my brother. He's doing a lot of single stuff. I really just want them to just stick together. Like I hear the conversation a lot, right? And I see it. I see how they really like Julius. I see he got a good look. He's athletic. It's something about people compare him to Kurt Angle, which take it easy. Take it easy. All right. Like
I mean, he could get there.
Huh?
He could
Yeah.
get there.
He's
not there now. I agree with
yeah,
that.
that's what I'm saying. Like
abilities to get there.
I mean, Jesus, I'm like they're jumping the gun. I'm like, do y'all even bake chicken? Do y'all eat your chicken cold? Calm the down. That's what just give me work. Ghost, what's going on, man? How are you? So I just don't want them. I guess what I'm just trying to get at, just to get real quick, they were doing all this stuff where it just seemed like they were just focusing so much on Julius. Let's just keep them as a tag team. Let's get them back on their winning ways. Because Brutus has become like, he's not even Luigi anymore. He's like Waluigi, and you never want to be Waluigi. That's like number 4. Waluigi. You know what Waluigi is? He's the purple one.
It's funny. It's
funny. Well, Nintendo milks the names out of these Mario characters. Next, you're gonna get a Walla Peach. But what's the next segment?
So next we have a small little Stevie Turner promo. She kind of went over what happened in the women's battle royal from last week, and she talked a little bit of crap, which I liked. I'm excited. I just love her vibe. Like, I got a little bit of taste of it in UK, so now we can kind of get a little bit more going on here. I think she's going to be a big deal for sure. I was gonna
ask you, since you was someone who really watched NXT UK, that wasn't her gimmick before, right? What was her gimmick prior?
It was pretty much same around.
Oh, what's the thing?
It's never really super turned. I don't feel.
Oh, okay.
So now we have Sol Ruca, someone who is really becoming a fan favorite heavily. She goes up against Alba Fyre in a rematch that was supposed to happen last week, but Isla Dawn.
No, that was a few months. A few weeks
back. It was
like
a week or two ago.
Yeah, like 3 weeks ago. I was wrong because you corrected me, so I just wanted to do it back. So
it's okay. It's okay. You can do that. It's okay.
Damn, you're great.
Not you keeping points. Oh my god.
I am keeping points, and I'm winning. It's 4-1.
It's not like that. I don't know if you were going by Jay White's victory Okada before, but no, it's not 4-1.
No, you're absolutely right. It's like 100 to like 2.
The way you lie. Anyways,
I'm a successful liar.
Versus Alba Fyre. I think this was a pretty half and half, but I do see that Alba was definitely helping Sol a lot. You could tell that Sol is still very, fresh in that ring. I think she's great when it comes to the aerial stuff, but I do see some stuff with the grapples sometimes. But I think she's great. I really do like her. I feel bad for Alba. Like, damn, she just keep losing. I feel bad. What's that about? And Isla, girl, what do you want from her? I don't know. You beat her, you still bother her. She beats you, you still bother her. Like, what does Isla want? I'm thinking Isla wants her to be her partner, and she might.
I was thinking that too. No, it's really looking like that. So the stuff going on with Alba, once again, and we mentioned something with Carmelo. I feel like Alba Fyre, I don't want to say well protected. I don't think that's necessarily the word, but she's so established that her losing don't hurt. This really helped. So Ruca, and I saw your comment in the comment, Jeffrey. Rude. And it was good for her. We talked a little bit before the show, and you mentioned the stuff that you just said. I'm sorry, I had a little brain fart. That's why it stinks. But Alba Fyre was helping her out, and you was mentioning how good that is for someone like Ruca, who could use that. And I just think more reps. I mean, I think the more reps that she gets, she can get the ring psychology will come, because she got the athletic ability. She has that for whatever reason, and it maybe not no one else sees that. But when I was watching her, right, and it's not necessarily the movement and stuff like that, but I was like, she kind of reminded me of Michelle McCool. And that's a really good comparison because Michelle McCool. Now, granted, when I was younger, I didn't appreciate her work because she just kept winning so much. I was like, "Damn, can you stop?" And yeah, that's kind of my thing. If you keep winning, I'm not a fan of you. Looking at you, William Goldberg, but good stuff. And people love the finisher. Was it the Soul Catcher? That's the name of it. People eat it up. People just eat it up. Do you guys think Alba's going to turn heel? Yes. I actually saw your comment earlier, but yes, I do. I think this is playing out. Do you want to mention the segment with her and the cosplay baby faces?
Yeah. Kaden and Katana were just like, sometimes they just be popping up when no one asked them to in the back and giving their opinions when no one is asking for them. I love those girls, but they definitely could have just, because they started saying some extra stuff. I'm like, you see she's in a bad mood. Why are you riling her up?
But see, I've been saying this for they're phony to me, When what's the girl's name? I can't think of it. The Key Alliance was getting her ass kicked. They didn't help. They see this angry Irish woman in the back, flipping stuff. She has a bat in her hand, just doing all kinds of damage and everything, doing all these things, right? And they want to sit here. Now, all of a sudden, they want to win the Nobel Peace Prize and sit here and say, hey, guys, let's not do this. I'm about to lose my voice. Hey, guys, don't do this. Oh, not even guys. I'm talking about Alba. I don't know why I made two of her. I don't know what's going on here. They're going to get their ass kicked next week, and I look forward to reviewing that.
Wow. Yeah, you know what? That would be crazy if they lost, huh?
Well,
I don't know if I'll even be mad about it because they kind of asked for it a little bit.
And they also held this title. They said they're the longest NXT women's tag team champions. And I feel that that's setting up because she says, I don't need anybody. She can't explain why she's doing. She can't explain her actions. She said, I don't know why I am how I am. I don't know why I'm aggressive and stuff like that. Obviously, it's a play on what Alba did to her. And I don't know if it's a control, which is crazy because I feel like this is the second storyline that we have in WWE where someone's being controlled. Because like Alexa Bliss is possessed by Uncle Howdy, right? Now it's looking like Alba Dawn possessed Alba. Alba. I'm sorry, I was gonna say the whole name. I don't know why I felt like I had to say the whole name. Alba was beating up the ref who got possessed. Right, she did beat up the ref because I think that's why they try to stop her, saying you could get suspended. But let's be real. There's no punishment here in NXT. No one, people been getting their ass kicked in the NXT parking lot. No one's been suspended. Then no one's been fired. So it's just the Wild Wild West without Will Smith there.
That's true. That's what it is. Can I say this? When Ruca did the Soul Snatcher, I love this move. I wasn't too fond of how it was sold this specific time. I don't know. It didn't hit for me this one time, but I do love the move. And I enjoyed the match though. I feel like, Soul was able to like really explore a lot more stuff in the ring, especially because it was Alba. So yeah, I was very much into this match. I feel bad for Alba, and I hope that things go a different way next week. Should be touching some gold. I don't know.
I think it's looking that way, though. Just to piggyback on what you're saying, it looks that way. I mean, her saying, I don't need a partner. She's going to go out there. She's going to, for a good period of the match, probably like, she's going to hold her own, but then she's going to get overwhelmed and Alba Dawn's going to show. And it's going to be like this weird, strange bedfellow tag team. It's looking that way to me. And I think that they are winning. They are winning some tag team gold.
I think there'll be a tag for a little bit before they break them up on the main. I really don't see it being instant. That's just me personally. I just don't think that would be the right way to go. But
I agree. It would honestly be silly for them to just break them up. I mean, you hear the talk all the time about WWE not being a fan of tag teams or Vince not being a fan. If you call this team up and just break them up, it would be the silliest thing in the world. I once again, I see what everyone sees. I get what I'm hearing about Julius. But for God's sake, do not break this tag team up just because I see this in them. No, let's have some tag teams. Let's do this. And then if there's another tag team, like if the biggest thing is trying to build a tag team division, and I hate this idea of let's just split them up because hey, this guy have the Captain America chin. No, damn it, don't do that.
And I also do think they might need a mouthpiece. I don't know personally. I don't think that they can't talk. I just think that that would help. I just think it would help. I really do think so.
And I was thinking that with Jules because it was weird for me because I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, it's not that he can't talk. It's not like he can't talk because Brutus don't really talk. He just grunts, right? But Julius does all the talking, and it's not like he's bad. But I could agree him having a mouthpiece would be great. It's so sad that because Malcolm Bivens was so great when he was with them, but he wanted to do other things, and that's fine. But I could when you say that, I'm like, yeah, a mouthpiece wouldn't hurt. But great job. What's the next thing we got, Cap? You're muted. The greatest feud.
Take the mute button to WrestleMania. Like this is a grudge match at the end of the day. I'm so.
At this rate, you need to go against the mute button and then Stevie Turner because she stole your gimmick. That could have been you. The streaming thing, that could be you. Yeah.
Did you hear it? Anyways, the next segment we have Grayson, and I literally put right next to it, delusion. The man bought a replica title and then said that he won the title.
What's so funny about that?
Well, tell me what you took from this sit down then, since you don't see the humor in that.
I think Grayson is just tremendous. I love that he was speaking a lot of things. Look, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't the biggest fan of Grayson, what he did to one Johnny Gargano, and I felt that Vic should have stood up for his friend, but he didn't. He's an angry Pokemon. Yeah, no, he is. He's the Pokemon that always beat up Ash Ketchum. I hated Ash, but anyway, Grayson, this was great. Honestly, this was honestly great. He's such a great character. And when he brought the belt out, and you hear the little strap, the little rip strap, I said, "This guy gets it." And it's a shame that he didn't win the NXT championship. No, actually, no, I'm not. I can't even front at this point. But this segment was good. This segment was really, really good. Vic was there. He did Vic things. But what else do we have? Do you want to just put the both that and the Bron breaker? Because they were both sit down.
Yes, yeah, we can do that. Bron was basically being logical. I could see why he would be upset with the outcome because he kind of reminds me of Julius in that sense of he's very honorable and he doesn't really like to win in a stupid way. He wants to really earn it, which I can obviously respect and appreciate in the NXT champion, obviously. And he talked about the knee. That knee was crazy. Like the knee was crazy. Yeah, yeah.
That knee was something.
My God.
You said I'm sorry, what did you say? You said he was a fighting champion?
He is a fighting champion.
Congratulations.
Yes, he is. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
The test.
What'd you say?
Nothing. So now we have Briggs and Jensen versus Gallus. I can't. Okay, so I gotta say this is actually my favorite match of the night. I really do like Gallus. I feel like they're just really no nonsense. They really just are down to business. Now, are they a little bit more rough than I would like? Yes. But you know what? Hey, get the job done, Mm-hmm. At one point they pulled the mats from the floor to expose the concrete.
Yes.
Why are you smiling? Oh my God, why are you smiling?
Well, I can't smile. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
For bad reasons, because you're happy that Jensen was thrown onto the concrete.
So, okay, yeah. Just because you're a cloud of rain, you're gonna rain on my parade. I like to smile. Oh, I'm sorry. I should do what real wrestling podcasters do. I thought this match was good too. I agree with you, Captain. I didn't laugh because of that. I smiled because I've been told I have a nice smile. But I'm just gonna tell my mother people lied to me. I like Gallus. I really do like Gallus. I mean, they're different. I think what I like about them is they're different. All these different acts, they all have some kind of different thing. So with Jensen and Briggs, they're like, the good old country boys. They just, just there for the good old bar fight. Which I gotta say, Briggs has kind of won me over because at the end, we'll get to the segment, but he said, as long as we're drinking, and I laughed. I said, I get you, my guy. And he also probably should just calm the hell down with all that drinking. But I do, George, I've been saying for the longest time, anytime you're ready to come on this show to do a promo battle with me, I'll take you down. I'll beat you so badly, you'll never wear another sweater in front of me ever again because I would embarrass you. So how dare you? But this match was good. Gallus is great. I mean, they just got here. They shouldn't be losing. Jensen and Briggs, they invented that storyline with Kiana, who is there. I saw you tweet something and you was annoyed at Henley because she was like, why are you trying to get in
a lot like, girl, nobody cares about your issues right now. The man's back is hurting, and I know about back pain, okay? I have scoliosis, okay? I understand when your back hurts. So
my back hurts too.
Oh, for God's sake.
Well, it's hard when you never mind. Go ahead.
Anyways, Kiana just wanted to be there as moral support. Fallon, Kiana is doing nothing to you by just being there, wanting to support her man. That's her man. Fallon, what's going on here, girl? Like, why? Like, let your peoples be happy. I just felt like it was just very.
How do we even know? They're not even official. Oh man, what are you talking about?
Well, you're giving hate.
No, I'm not gonna hate. I'm whatever, man. Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna do. What kind of sound was that? What was that? What's that? That sound like a car. That sound like a car on its last wind. What is going on here? What are you doing, madam? But yeah. What was the next thing? I mean, yeah. Unless there was anything else you wanted to add.
I was just looking at this. Sorry, it's a funny comment. Grayson is delusional. You need to grow up and take responsibility for your loss. Exactly. What do you expect the ring to do? Reinstall those ring ropes correctly. It takes more than 2 minutes. I'm sorry, it just made me laugh. That was funny.
No, that's fine. I'll get you.
But continue on with talking about the foolishness. Oh, you have no more comments on the foolishness? Because you're for the foolishness. That's why. Anyways.
Always, I put my flag right there.
Oh, for goodness sake. Okay, so Gallus ends up winning, which I knew would be the case. Gallus needs to win to look as strong as possible going into their match at Vengeance Day. That is now a triple threat, but we will get more into that later. Absolutely. Now we have Thea backstage getting hyped up for her match against Valentina Frost. And NXT Anonymous strikes again.
Oh, I must have missed this part, but carry on.
They finally put Duke on blast, talking crap about Andre Chase
that was him.
to another student. I said this. I said he is up to something. And look, up to something is happening. What do you have to say about this? Because you've been holding him down for weeks. Explain this right now.
Okay, if you can mute yourself so I could get the floor right here and whatnot. Thank you. First off, hi everybody, and thank you for joining us for Unpopular Review. You guys are tremendous, and I'm getting ready to say, I see Jeffrey already saying stuff. Don't trust Duke, and I was prepared for this because I knew people were going to sit here and try to throw pie in my face, but I wasn't going to take any of that because no. So boom, Duke. What did Duke lie? Like has what's my name? Andre Chase been leading these kids to victory? No, he hasn't done any of that. He's been an awful teacher. It's time to take him in the back and do what they did to Old Yeller, which I don't know because I didn't get a chance to finish that book, but I heard it was bad stuff that happened to Old Yeller. And I think it's time we change this to Hudson U. Originally, my original name for it was called Duke U. But as you can tell, we should not name that school no Duke U. But yeah. I think Duke Hudson is not wrong in this. What's that? I'm sorry, guys. I tried to hide this, but now accept. Wow. And you know what? And that's the beauty, because that is a man of honor. He stepped up to the plate, and he's admitting that he did that. And we appreciate people who steps up to the plate. Right? Right.
I just can't wait until Duke gets kicked out of Chase U. Because you know why Andre Chase doesn't have time? Because
Why?
Duke's getting him into matches with Drew Gulak.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute.
Him into this mess and that mess. Duke is getting him into mess on purpose so he doesn't have time, so he can slip in and steal his students away. All because he lost Persia Parada. He's suffering from a heartbreak.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm sorry you're insensitive to it. Jeez, just rude. And I don't think it's that. It's been a whole year. And I'm sorry that I'm sorry that Andre, who's supposed to be leading these students to victory, but he don't know what victory is because he's allergic to it. I'm sorry that's just how the cookie crumbles.
Anyways, so now we have Thea Hale versus Valentina Feroz.
Yes.
This was a very back and forth. I feel like they're very 50-50. Like, I feel like they have the same type of style and they're at the same height. It was just very 50-50, everything.
Really?
I feel like their styles are pretty similar. Like, they do a lot of that explosive high fly type thing. I feel like they're still in that same wheelhouse. So I was liking this matchup because they're so similar.
I'm sorry, can you get to Anthony? He want to make sure that you agree with his comment.
Let me see this.
I don't know what it is. He wanted to make sure that you agree to it. Make sure you get to his comment.
What did you think about the match in the meantime while I go find
I gotta say, Valentina, I don't see a lot of her. I know she had a tag team with her partner, and I know she's out with an injury. But I was impressed in the beginning with some of the technical stuff, and it was looking really crisp. So that's when you said similar, because I didn't see that with Thea so much. But Valentina, I was just impressed just by that little exchange. Like, there was a spot where they were like, it was almost like chain wrestling to a degree. And it just caught my eye because I just don't see a lot of her. So I was like, oh, okay, you look like you know your way around the ring. That was cool. Thea winning. Thea is such a it's crazy to think that she never won, right? Like, it's just weird to me that she never won, because I always see her and I'm like, oh, she never won, but she's always here. It was cool. It was good. I mean, the story was really for Valentina, and it looked like they're going to pair her and Elektra Lopez together, because Elektra is trying to teach her the way of is a little kid who is on sugar, who's on a sugar high that never ends. That's a little bit too much energy for me. It's wearing on me a little bit, Shay. So Shay, as he asks you, Shay, what did you think about this, about his comment, Shay?
I think that they will. I think she'll ease up a bit. I always notice a lot of times, I'm sure everybody does, I'm sure this isn't like a thing that I've clued in on, but a lot of times when wrestlers have a specific gimmick, they'll be times 11 what the gimmick is, and then as time goes on, they slowly calm it down. And it goes down, like, how John Cena stopped rapping. I'm still upset about it. I will never forgive him.
The streets have never been the same.
They haven't. No,
they haven't. Yeah, when they started giving my man a cape and started beating everybody, yeah, I think that's when everyone started disliking him. It's funny. Like, I think now we have such appreciation for John Cena, right? And it's funny because one of the things you would always hear in wrestling podcasts is, like, you'll hear people and they'll talk about, like, when he has his match against Rusev and name Nexus. And they were like, hey, this was good, until they ran to that brick wall called John Cena. No, seriously. When I played 2K and what was it, 2K15, and you had to beat him, it was like not Battleground. It was like Stand Your Ground, whatever it was called. Anyway, John Cena whooped my ass, and I said, I cannot wait to not only beat you, but put you on a handicap match, player. But to get to this match, it was cool. And like I said, story, Valentina Elektra, Valentina don't want to use the brass knucks, which is cool. She still want to do the good guy stuff, but she's going to learn that being the good guy doesn't get you to win. You have to sometimes be, say it with me, the bad guy. So there we go. Elektra is trying to teach her a thing. She told her to get over sexy singer, over all of his sexiness. And I think this might be really good for Valentina because it will give her some screen time. So, and I think that would be good. Get some more women out there. So yeah, I'm for it.
I agree. I like this. I think that obviously Elektra and Valentina are gonna form something once Valentina stops with the whole you need to be good. Clearly that's not getting you anywhere, Valentina. It's time to turn it up to 11. It's time to take the bull by the horns, and that's what Elektra is. She is the bull of the horns that you need to grab because she's giving you an opportunity to get some wins. They could be a great duo.
No, and I agree to that. But wait a minute. I heard the things that you said. I want to make sure I got this right. You got to grab the bull by the horn. Yes. And she's the bull. So she's grabbing her own horns?
No, I said Elektra is the bull.
She's Elektra, okay, and then I wanted to make sure.
Horn of opportunity. I'm explaining it right. Whatever.
No, I hear you. No, you did it right. But what's the next thing we got?
So now we have the New Day.
Yes.
The kidnappers. Because that's what this is. Because they're holding those NXT tag titles hostage from Pretty Deadly. Pretty Deadly should be the champions. They should be. This is sick. They're holding the things that they're asking them to get. Absurd. It's absurd. And it's not nice. It's not nice. And then Gallus chime in. You know what?
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, I'm sure. Gallus chiming in, trying to tell Pretty Deadly, like, you know that this is some bull, but you just want to get your tag title shot, so you're not going to say nothing. That, you know what? Pretty Deadly is wronged, and I will be.
Whoa!
Look at exactly everything's falling apart because Pretty Deadly isn't champion.
Can you kindly get your madam? Can you get your mic because what is going on over there? What is happening? First off, I'm not gonna lie. We got rank. So when you said to go a lot of bull, so is this bull still Elektra? I just need to know at this point. I'm gonna win funny. I'm winning funny host again. Let's get that hashtag going. Funniest host for 2023.
What did you think about this segment?
I love New Day. The floor is still mine. Whoops. Look, I think this is great for all three teams: New Day, Gallus, and was it Pretty Deadly? I think that's going to be great, and that also spices up this tag team division a little bit, where it's not just New Day, because I think that's what we all expected: New Day against Pretty Deadly. Now you got Gallus in the mix, and that means Kurt Angle don't stand a chance. And when you add Scott Steiner's 85%, then it's over for you. But it was cool. It was cool, and I think that's going to be a great match for Vengeance Day. As I lose my voice.
I agree. That might be match of the night. I'm sorry. I'm really that might be that is looking like a heavy hitter. Seriously.
No, it really is.
The whole PLE is looking like a heavy hitter. I just want it to be. What is it? February 4th? It's today. Let it be tomorrow, please. Now we have Javier. He wants to sing for Lyra and Roxanne while they're having an interview with Mackenzie, because apparently Javier thinks that he is like Mackenzie's his personal interviewer, and she just needs to be there when he needs to divulge some type of information that no one asked for, which is why I love him. He's great.
No, he's great.
Yeah, no, he's hilarious. And I definitely streamed Feliz Navidad for him. I did. Talented, very talented. But yeah, he wasn't getting any fans with Lyra. Lyra said, "Get out. Get out. There's business afoot." What do you think about this whole little thing that was going on?
Well, what Javier and how he keeps just he's great. He knows how to make a segment about him. He knows how to take control of the room. And I think I said something a few weeks back, getting to see a little bit more of him. He's good. He's really, really good at what he does. He's really good at he's not good at winning, but he's good at making Mackenzie lose her hair. And Vic is honestly, Vic is a terrible husband. Like, do something, Vic. Vic is. I can't stand Vic.
Are you mad because Vic gagged Grayson during his interview? Are you
Well,
mad?
I'm not gonna lie. That sounds very inappropriate. So I don't know.
I'm talking in Twitter. I'm sorry. I'm talking in Twitter. Let me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was sitting there saying, "I thank God." I'm not gonna. I'm gonna tell you right now. When you said that, I said, "I'm glad I missed that." I was about to say, "What the hell?"
I can't turn off my Twitter talk. Leave me alone.
Well, turn that off.
Upset that Vic made Grayson look stupid when he said, "Well, we'll see when you win the title." And Grayson says, "I already did it." He's like, "For real."
You can reword it however you can reword it however you want. I already heard what I heard, and I want to move on.
Why you want to stick on that?
I will leave. I'll get the hell up and leave. I will not stick. I will stick nowhere.
We have Tyler Bate versus Javier Barnell. I liked it. I like that they're always giving Javier offense. Like, they're not just letting him get straight beat up, which is great because I really do just think he's so entertaining. He's great. He shouldn't be getting squashed.
But I think it's something that you said. Like, I think they see something in him where they just, let him go out there, let him get his butt kicked, ass kicked, whatever term you want to use, the gluteum maximus, let him get kicked. But let him get some offense, and so he can. I know that was really funny. Thank you. Let him get some offenses because they're gonna do something with him eventually. Because how would you rate him? He's like a comedy character right now. Would you say right? Like a comedy character.
Oh,
eventually, very much, and which is nothing wrong with. I do want to throw out real quick. Santino Marella is back on Impact, and I immediately fell out and said, "This is great." And he made such a great career on being the funny guy. Real quick, I just want to say some of my funny moments, favorite moments with him. I remember one time he dropped his singlet down, and he had washboard abs, but it was literally spray painted on him. I said, "This guy gets it." But this was good. Tyler Bate had to get the win. He's coming back. It's great to see Tyler Bate back again. I think there was something with his visa because there's a few people. What's the girl's name? She was in that fatal 4-way at NXT Worlds Collide, and I think she's having that same problem. Portland, I think her name is Portland. Devin Portland.
Oh, Blair Davenport. Okay.
Oh, thank you. I messed the whole name up.
I was like, "Whoa, you trying to tell me?"
I'm trying to speak to you. What do I have to start doing with Lassie? Woof, 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 and then you get what I'm saying? You're very rude. Go to the next segment. I am not a dog.
So I mean, obviously Tyler wins that match. I mean, he just returned, and it's nothing against Javier. I think right now, again, he hasn't started any momentum. He doesn't really have that. He's just more so a comedy character. So him taking loss doesn't affect anything really for him. So he's good.
But you know what else I think too? There's a lot of people ahead of him too. So I think when eventually because there's going to be some call-ups, eventually he could probably get a spot in there, possibly. Thank you. It took me a while to get in there, but I got it. I got it.
Thanks. So now we can move on to the main event. I was trying to make a special sound. It's Roxanne Perez.
It was a sound though. You did a good job.
Oh, thank you. Okay, good. So it was a sound. Okay, Roxanne Perez and Lyra Valkyria versus Toxic Attraction. I mean, it was a fun match. I would say I enjoyed it. I do say that Roxanne and Lyra kind of had the advantage for most of it. I feel that's just what I took.
You're right. You're right. Good.
What did you kind of take from it though?
So I mean, they're clearly setting up for this triple threat match at Vengeance Day, right? And what I get out of this match, we're seeing the small. I was gonna say the Mega Power explode. This team is slowly falling apart. Now, I don't know if this means like Toxic Attraction just breaks up. I mean, when you have that spot where I see you, War Man. What he said, if you leave, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving. Come on, you can't get rid of the face of GPR. Get
Get
out.
out of here. No kidding.
I will not get out. First off, you know how cold it is in New York. I'm not going anywhere. It's cold outside.
Valid.
I literally got my onesie on because it's so cold. Man, if I'm gonna put it on for you guys.
Let's
But
see.
I thought it's the best onesie ever. Look at this. Look at that bung. Come on. I'm the king of the onesies. But I'm not gonna put the thing. It looks like Sonic is slopping. It's nice, right?
That's a good one. Yeah, I have to agree.
Thank you.
But finish what you're saying about the match.
So kind. But it was good. It was decent. I mean, it wasn't. I don't want to sit here and say this was like, oh, this was the main event of the year, or whatever. I just felt like it was meant to get the story over and also get the story to with Lyra and Roxanne. So that looked like that's going to be a match at Vengeance Day. So yeah, it was fun. It was good for what it was. Nothing to really go like, oh, that's just super spectacular, but it was good for what it was, and I didn't hate it.
Yeah, no, I agree. The thing that took me out was basically, the whole thing with Cora coming out. Cora, girl, every time I'm like, I haven't seen her. She just pops up. It's a minute I'm like, wait, where's Cora? Because I feel like she's always consistently on the show,
Right.
So when I don't see her, I'm like, where is she? Where is she? Where is she? She pops up, does this. So I guess her and Lyra are really going to be in something. I think that they'll produce some really good segments and matches. So I'm excited for that. And it kind of keeps Lyra busy.
Right. And matter of fact, no, go ahead. I'm sorry. Finish your thought.
No, I was just saying in the meantime. That's it.
No, I was just gonna say because you asked earlier what I take out of it, and actually when you said Lyra, I'm hoping I'm saying her name right because I always butcher. It's good that they're putting her out there with these people, and she's touching soldiers with Roxanne and Toxic Attraction, and even like you mentioned, Cora. Cora is a big part of this NXT women's division, so it's really good to see her out there, and I'm actually really impressed in what she can do out there. She has a presence to her that you just can't take your eyes off it. So I just wanted to add that out real quick because I was strictly thinking about that triple threat that we're gonna get, and like when you see Toxic, who was I think JC Jane hit Gigi, and then Roxanne hit the Pop Rock or something like that.
Yeah, Pop Rocks on her. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. So it just makes the triple threat, and honestly, they were kind of playing into it earlier in the interview when they were talking about that triple threat and saying, well, you eliminated me, but you eliminated me. So it just makes it interesting to me if Toxic Attraction, this is like their swan song and they break up. I mean, is that something you would like to see happen?
I would have liked for them to stay together and go to the main roster for a little bit, just because I feel like the main roster needs some fresh tag teams. But I think if they break up, they will both be just fine either way, because I think they both are really, really talented. But I would prefer if they stayed together. But obviously with JC getting that kick on Gigi, and obviously Gigi was still very upset as the closing went on for the show. So I'm sure that'll be addressed next week.
And if I can real quick, I mean, just a quick prediction. Like, how do you see that? How do you see that triple threat? How do you see that triple threat match going with Roxanne and Toxic Attraction? I mean, I think we all know that eventually these girls are going to be swinging at each other, but what's your thoughts on it?
I think that Gigi will come very close, but maybe JC might get in the way and Roxanne will win. Mm-hmm. I think Roxanne's going to win no matter what. I'm just thinking about the scenario leading up to it more so. But I guess we will see. But it's looking really bad for Toxic Attraction, and I'm very sad.
Yeah, it's looking like this is really the end, and I did everything I could to avoid you. But it honestly it's not really that hard when you are easily. I love when people who are like 5'1" and they think like they have a voice. You don't. You really don't. Like there's a stick of butter with more personality than you.
Stick of butter.
A stick of butter. Matter of fact, if I can throw another insult out, you know how you see bookend bread? Bookend bread? No one likes bookend bread. But they would pick that over Alphys. Alphys is the most insignificant individual I've ever seen in my life.
Damn.
And Alphys, if I could, I would swing on you but they tell me you can't hit children. So let's move on to the very. Oh, I think that's the end of the NXT show, and that's the end of Elvis trying to ever come at me ever again.
I'm crying. So yes, it is the end. So I just wanted to go over a little bit what's going to be going on next week, and also some matches that were announced at the end of the show.
Ooh, let's do that.
So hold on. Nice music, background music.
Do we have some good music? Oh, hold on. Wait, let me see if we can do. This sucks. No, let's do this. Hold on, wait. Hold on. Let's see this. Hold on, wait. This sucks too. Hey, let's do this, right?
Okay, yes.
Hold on, give me a minute. Let me go to the things. I got you. Hold on. Hey. All right, so let's talk about this one. You want to talk about this? I'm gonna click it and you talk about it.
Thea Hale, finally, award ceremony. He's graduating, guys. I'm so proud. Finally. Duke is gonna mess it up though. What's next?
Oh, I'm sorry. You want to talk about this?
Now, they announced we have a triple threat for Vengeance Day. No longer just Gallus and the New Day. Because Pretty Deadly was wrong, and Shawn Michaels is aware, and he knows this. So he said, put them in this match and give him another chance. Because how could they have possibly gotten Santino Snake for you, New Day? You're being unreasonable because he's in Impact. What would they have had the time? Now we have Tiffany Stratton versus Indy Hartwell. Locker room brawl. No, I'm kidding. It's not the locker room brawl. They're fighting.
I was about to say, what?
They're fighting in the ring, but it is fighting over the locker room. Who will win?
Who will win?
It's the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships being defended next week against Alba, Fyre. But is it just Alba, Fyre? I don't think so. I think Isla Dawn will find her way into this match, and these menacing redheads will be the new NXT Women's Champion. And as Stephanie Hardy would say, KC squared is done.
Oh, we gotta turn the music off. Okay. Oh, there you go. Thank you. We should do that more often. We gotta do that. We're gonna have the NXT dance party. That's what we're gonna call it.
Yes, that's perfect.
That's what we're gonna do. Except if we have guests, especially if the executive consultant comes here, I'm not dancing. I won't do no such thing because that's when the parade is over. We got here. We got Charmaine. She says, "Boo, boo, Pretty Deadly sucks." I love how she's so outspoken. I have Indy Hartwell winning.
Always.
Please do, because that's what we like to have here. We like to have fun, and you guys speaking. Now, I disagree with you, George. I mean, with Tiffany returning, I think it would be a bad move for her to lose. And Indy Hartwell, it doesn't hurt her. She's like the what we use in one of our episodes with the Big Pop gatekeeper. So it doesn't hurt for her to lose. I don't think. I think it just hurts Tiffany if she loses right away. We got good Lord Shay. Did you? Oh my God. Maybe. Alba Fyre and her ancestor. I love that. See, that was great. You know, it would be great if she could get Mel Gibson from Braveheart. He comes out. That would be tremendous. And we got Kiana Carter and Katana Chance are not going to lose. I feel like if Alba Dawn comes out, they're definitely losing. I don't know. I mean, okay, let me ask you real quick, right? And then we can start doing some plugs. How do you feel about the NXT Women Tag Team Champions? Like, how do you feel about their run?
Right now, I sometimes forget that they're even champions because they're not. It's not really their fault. It's more so they're just not getting a lot of time.
TV time. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so it's like for me, it's been pretty not hitting how I wanted it to, especially for how long we wanted them to be champions. I would have expected a little bit more to be put into, like, you know, giving them more time to really, like, because how could you possibly, you know, have a really good reign if we never see you, if you're not really, you know, they had that really good match a few weeks back.
Sure.
I wish they would have, you know, capitalized on that, have them on a little bit more, like, more meaningful, you know, feuds, you know, interactions, but it hasn't really been that so far.
No, and I can get that. And I think like them not getting enough TV time, like I know a lot of people complain about Roman, but I just think it's such a different atmosphere with Roman. But I can still understand how people feel like, hey, we need our WWE champion on TV. And them not getting TV time and not I think like how you mentioned, I didn't necessarily forget, but when I saw them, I was like, oh yeah. So I mean, we gotta see what's happening here. What we got? We got with Samoa Johnson, The Rock's daughter, Russell. I love that. When was she Russell? Well, if you can give me to tomorrow to call her personally, I'll get back to you with actual answers.
I think that they're just going to take their time with that. Like, it's very important, like, so they're going to take their time. I don't see it happen anytime soon because they want it to be the very, very right moment.
Yeah, and let her keep doing what she's doing. I mean, let her get the character down. I think the ring stuff will eventually come, but let her just continue doing with that. So I can agree. And I guess let's do some plugs. I mean, do you want to answer this? Well, this one's for you, but George says the Usos are not beating Judgment Day. So I think you should take that floor because that is your guy.
He's allowed to his opinion, but obviously I disagree because I always think Finn is going to win when he goes into a match. That is how you should be. Okay, that's what Balor Club is. We just, every time Finn goes into a match, we visualize that he's going to win. We don't think about loss.
No, and I agree. He actually had a good showing yesterday in the United States Championship match yesterday. No, he had a really good showing. Yeah, he got pinned to the mat, and he did pretty good. So I agree. But I'm a Finn guy, so I we want good things. Matter of fact, even if you don't win, I think the match is going to be great. But let's do some plugs. Let's do some plugs because we're gonna call it a night. It's 11 something, so we should call it a night. We got here, Captain. You're great at plugs. Plug this. What do we have here on Mondays?
Okay, this is Perfect Plex Talk Radio with Mike Knox with 3 X's. He goes over he was just going over what was going on while, Stephanie McMahon, she had an injury recently. So he kind of goes over the current events of wrestling. So I definitely think that you should definitely tune into this. It's at 6 p.m. on Mondays. So definitely tune in.
Please do. And great guy too. Gotta plug him. Yeah. What else do we got here, Cap?
We have the All Elite Couple. This is AEW Dynamite Review, and this is directly after the show. It comes on, and they go over everything that went on for AEW.
Absolutely. What we got here that goes on just before Dynamite?
Yes, just before. 9:30, we have the Challenge Ride or Dies review with myself, the bad guy, the rookie,
I am the rookie,
and Mike Knox from Around the Blocks. That is at 9:30, directly after the show as well. Absolutely.
And real quick, before we call this a night, three more plugs. Let's do 3 more plugs. You, madam, you are one of the hardest working ladies in podcasts. So why don't you plug this stuff? Because you have stuff later in the week. So what is this going on?
Yes. So this is I've had time to think, and whatever I said wrong tonight, I will say right on Thursday for the NXT review on Women's Wrestling Talk podcast. And that is at 7:00 on Thursday.
Ooh, but you're not even done on Thursday. What's going on else on Thursday?
Yes. So we also review Women's Wrestling Army. I really am excited about this because I feel like, it's something fresh and it has a bunch of talented, amazing women. This is at 5:00 on Thursday. So yes, busy day. It's a busy day.
Oh, that one is at 5. Okay. All right. Yeah. So Thursday, you just booked. You ain't going nowhere. And one more plug, because we like to plug our things. I mean, we got a nice compliment today about our little audio thing. So
yes, every Monday we have a new episode that drops. Usually it kind of pops up like in the morning, it just pops up. So it was right there when you wake up. You want to, go and get a coffee. You can listen to it. This one was a good episode. So I definitely would recommend listening. Again, every Monday. It's on Spotify. It's on Apple.
Yes.
Give
And,
it a
and apparently it's on some other podcast, but we always just say Spotify and Apple because those are just the ones I know. And give it a check out. We talk about all wrestling. We keep the same energy that we have here. I agree with you. The last episode was so much fun. We had a blast. We laughed, and it was such a great time. But before we call this a night, I know you didn't expect this, but the captain's having a birthday this week, and we're going to sing it. Sing it with me, guys, in the crowd and the chat. We're going to sing it. Let's do it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. That was a good one. You can't take that.
I was like holding on.
Me too. Happy birthday, dear Captain. Happy birthday. Because I don't want to wake up my neighbors. To you. Let's get that hashtag. Happy birthday, Captain. Let's give her a round of applause. Boom. That's how we're going to end the show. I know you didn't expect that. My lungs hurt because I'm too much of a vocal king.
They should hurt.
Yeah, well, Lisa Keys is shaking in her heels. And with that all said, we're going to call it a night. We see you guys. Look at that. We got this. Let's get this going.
I love you guys.
Look at that. We got Queen Shays everywhere. We got
you guys.
There we go. We got happy birthday. You. Happy birthday. We got that. Let's get these things. We got the happy birthday. Yes, there we go. Give her her happy birthdays and oh yeah, I like that. You. Anyway, guys, that's the show. Captain, any last words before we go home?
Pretty Deadly deserves justice.
So they need to work with Dijak. And with that all said, guys, thank you. You guys are awesome. Thank you for always tuning in for the NXT Unpopular Review thing. Continue to follow Unpopular Review on all the social media platforms. Continue to follow us not only just for the wrestling, but the entertainment side. And we're going to have plenty more content. Me and the Cap, we're talking about some future things that we want to do for this show. So thank you guys for tuning in. You guys are awesome. You guys are great. And we say, hey, folks, have a great night. You want to say bye? There we go. Bye, guys. Yo, you guys are awesome in the chat. Thank you for tuning in for the NXT Unpopular Review show. I see you, Jeffrey. That was very rude. My singing was tremendous. But I sit here and say, that's all, folks.